Right. Properties. Right, okay, and properties, default, chat. Okay. Alright, I appear to not have any sound. That's better. So F4, 1, S, I, and M. There we go. Right. Right, let's go get my trailer. And I've got a cat down by my legs. Lovely. Oh, hello. Welcome aboard. Welcome to my lovely channel. Hello, Super Tram. I am doing absolutely fantastic. And yourself? Like, one minute I've got just me, and also 3 people come in. So welcome aboard. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go GETS this year. I had a CPC course at work, so I couldn't attend. And there's also money involved as well. So do some American Truck Simulator today rather than European. So I thought I'll take my Cascadia out, do a little bit of chat and realise I've got no sound. I don't know what's going on here like. So I just had to double check my settings and sort my volume levels out. I got no sound at all on the stream. Well, basically we are going to be going across to Lakeview in Oregon. say why you were off? Oh God. Right, let's see what we got. You know, some places, if you know, taxi turns up at a pickup point because it's been pre-arranged. Oh, short-staffed. Okay. Right, let's see what we got. External contracts. None. Okay. Nope. 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 They just kick me back to the bloody start menu. What's going on here? They shouldn't have done that. Oh, I clicked edit profile. Let's try that again. Let's go through that again, shall we? Because I should have thought, I swear that should have said something like global market. Why didn't it check edit profile? Oops. Right, okay. Oh, it's not connected to the World of Trucks. That's why. I think I need to do that. That sounds like an idea. Yeah, if you're short-staffed, yeah, it should be at least, honestly, yeah, we can't do it because we're short-staffed. Well, fucking people about. Right, okay, let's see what we've got. Let's find out where we've got pick our container up, shall we? Looks like it's the other end of the building. Here we are. Right, let's back onto here. Now, I think he made a bit of a boo-boo when he did the mechanics for containers. He should have made the containers, yeah. More than likely, they won't get shut down. They'll probably get put into special measures by Ofsted. Right, engine off. Hit the load. This feels like Longford. This feels like Cobby is behind my Yeah, it's Cobby. She's behind my pedal set. In the way, as usual, little kitty. Right, okay. So, we have got 1,500 miles. Okay, it's the same sort of thing though, isn't it? The Office for Standards in Education. I used to know somebody who used to be a member of us. He used to work for Ofsted, former physics teacher at school. But school, he's a member of the Bottle Boat Club. He's no longer with us now. Died about 10 years ago. Good old Roger Walker. That's where the guy who brought my Yamato battleship off. He used to be big into his model railways as well. A couple of years ago. Life! Thought you were going to be on the late one tonight. Tell you what I could do, if you want. Not next week, but the week after. Way lower. No mods. Convoy session on American Truck. I mean, if you're interested, or it might be a case of experience. This is your experience. It's hard to say really with situations like that. I mean, you might be welcoming because you meet certain criteria. So because you're meeting the criteria, you're not lying. Oh, you're just on your break, okay. Well, we've got a long way to go with this one. We're going... I reckon by the time you finish your shift, I'll be just finishing this run. Because it's going up to Oregon. There was a bad smash on the M6 the other day. 3 trucks run into the back of each other. Ouch. One driver has made a right mess of his Renault. He's got life-changing injuries. That's if he survives. I think he runs the back of somebody on the smart motorway section. Pretty much ruined the carriageway as well. It was closed for most of the day. Those ground bosses are always breaking down. I mean, the cab had been caved in. It was a sleeper cab, but it it was as short as a day cab and mashed up against the back of the trailer. Like, ooh, that's not good. But Rishi Sunak has admitted that smart motorways are dangerous. No shit, it took him long enough to find that out, didn't it? You know, let's make a cruise liner safer by taking all the lifeboats off it. Yeah. Let's make a car safer by taking away all the airbags, taking away all the seat belts. You know, if you want to... I've not seen it. What channel is it on? Because I've only got Freeview. It sounds like sort of probably Channel 5 or Quest or something like that. Oh, Amazon Prime. Okay. I think I've got Amazon Prime account. I had an interesting phone call the other day. Mobile number rings or apply. Such and such and such, and press 1. Okay, what's this all about? Automated call to start off with. Bump. Hello, my name is Robert. I'm calling from HMRC. Okay. We would like to inform you that we are going to be taking legal proceedings against you for tax evasion. I go, hang on. How do I know this is real? Surely you'd be, you'd be making contact with Letter first and ringing me, but do you see a landline turn up? I was okay, switch the call to this landline. I goes, we're now looking at your case file. I goes, listen here, pal, this is a fucking scam. Fuck off! Put the phone down. HMRC do not want me. Do not have a case against me. How do I know this? Because I rang HMRC. The real HMRC. So just be careful when you get calls like that. Remember, HMRC, your bank, will never ring you. But I would have loved to have seen that guy's face when I said to him, "You are a fucking scam. Fuck off." I did. But the thing is, they work on getting people into a panic. Stay calm. And just remember that they will not contact you under any circumstances unless you tell them to. Although I really what I should have done is like, yeah, have you got your bank details? Yeah, my account number is 1, 2. My card number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I've not heard about his Volvo. As I was saying, yeah, 9, 0, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. And the expiry date is 01/99. And the magic 3 numbers are 1, 2, 3. Just wait to try to put that in. Yeah. I saw one on YouTube. It was rings up the chief commissioner of some police bureau in Florida. I am the police commissioner, and this is the FBI here. We are going to arrest you for fraud and stuff. He goes, "Do you know who you're speaking to? You're speaking to the member head of the FBI." Oh dear, oh, bloody hell! Click. But there's a guy knocking about, Kit Booger. He makes a note of scammers' phone call numbers, and then he rings up the scammer and scams the scammer. Fucking brilliant how he does it. Now, if there's a warrant out for your arrest, yeah, sounds like a bet. Probably find out certain things don't fit properly. Like what's going on here, like, and there's a realise had a full or partial rebuild. He's not having much luck, is he? First someone bloody keys it and does a dump on it, and now that he's found one of his trucks has been turtled. Ah, we're in the good old state of Texas. Not sure. I don't think Truck and Tim has blue hair. He didn't last time I looked. He's got like a gingery hair. Kit Booger's got black hair. What's my cruise control set at? Yeah, 65. No, I think he has black hair. Don't think he's got blue hair, I think he's got black. Oh nice, that's good. He always wears, Kit Booger as well, he always wears black shades. But I remember one of these telemarketer calls. Tom Mabe. That was an absolute pisser, that one was. Here we are now, heading across Texas. We'll go across Texas, then we'll start to head north. Because we are, basically, we're going down to there. And then we go up towards Colorado Springs, then Salt Lake City, across Nevada, and to Lakeview in Oregon. Now I've also as well got John Ruder's Torpedo Scania. I might see if I can get that to work in the in ATS. We'll see how we go. Yes it is, it's the Cascadia. And let's make it daylight. There she is. Nothing fancy about this one, just a plain old Cascadia. I haven't even got a bull bar on it yet. It's normal Cascadia with a sleeper cab, headache rack, standard tyres, black trim, chrome mirrors. That's about it, really. Yeah, I think it is a new. Yeah, this is a new shape Cascadia. It's got the 2020 aero on it, but I like it. You know, I used to drive a Mercedes Ego, and it's very much familiar territory to me. It's got the same steering wheel as the Mercedes. It's got the same dashboard as the Mercedes. It's got the same engine as the Mercedes as well in real life, although I think this one has got a different engine in it, this particular Freightliner. It's got should have put a Jim Palmer skin on it. Got a couple of Jim Palmer trailer skins. I mean, the Cascadia is one of the more common trucks in the United States now, isn't it? That Volvo, Jelly Bean, Peterbilt, and Jelly Bean Camels. Yeah, they do. Merco, Freightliner, and also Western Star. Well, it's actually Daimler Group, Daimler Benz. They've owned Freightliner for a few years now. In fact, since the Argosy. The previous model, the Coronado, that's got a lot of Mercedes-Benz in it. In fact, the engine that's in the current Actros, I think, is a DD13, Detroit diesel. Although we get 625, they only get 600. Haha. You know, the 12-speed gearbox in this, if I were to put the 12-speed gearbox in, that's also a Mercedes gearbox. But the thing I do not like about American trailers, in front, right, the red lights at the back, red indicators, and red brake lights. You know, really silly, retarded idea. Yeah, those engines. The reason why the streetlights are so reliable because the engines are too small. You're working too hard. It's not built for the kind of work they do. I think International Harvester has there. I think they're owned by or were. I don't know who owns them now, but I think it has something to do with Iveco. I mean, if you're, I think it's Technology Connections. He's an American guy. He is critical of American auto standards. Well, yeah, he says it makes absolutely no sense. It's because you can't tell what the vehicle is doing. Yeah. I mean, if I had my way, I'd have the Aussie. If I was living in America, I think I'd have the Aussie backlights put on, which would actually be legal in the States, because you got orange turn signals, red tail light and brake lights, and white reverse lights. Also, as well, you look at the back of a European truck. What have you got? 5 aspects. Yeah, Mack, they're owned by Renault, which are owned by Volvo, which in turn are owned by Geely Holdings from China. But it has a different corporate entity to Renault Cars, which are owned by Nissan. Yeah, the auto industry is all very, very strange. And yeah, the aspects that we've got on the back. You look at the back of a European truck, which has got the full aspect light setup. You've got orange indicators. You have red brake lights. You have tail lights, you have reverse lights, and you have fog lights. In America, you do not have fog lights. When a country is safety conscious as the United States, they don't have fog lights. They have front fogs, but they don't help you see vehicles further away. They don't have rear fogs. The cars do. Their pickups do. But their heavy trucks and buses don't. Go figure. I'm speeding a bit. It's what time are we? 3 o'clock in the morning. America is a strange mix of intelligence and design and just absolute crazy stupidity. They're actually trying to bring in a 65 mph speed limiter mandate. And the industry is saying, oh no, that's dangerous. Because you have different vehicles at different speeds. Yeah. We're in Texas. I don't know if you can see it there, but there's a speed limit sign in my GPS display of 70 miles per hour. Alright, take care, have a good one. This one is limited to 65. Also got the in-game. Have a life. Have a safe day as well. Have a safe rest of your shift. Get home safe as well. But if I were to take the limiter off this, I could probably wind it up to about 80-90 mile an hour. Easy. But I don't see the point of it. Well, so I'm just wasting bloody fuel. I mean, you look at the standard American trailer as well, they have no side impact protection whatsoever. Right, let's go pull onto content browser, trailer browser. Yeah, that's it. I mean, yeah, the only kind of concession that you have to side impact protection is that. But they're not mandatory unless you're in California on a 53-foot trailer. If you've got a 48-foot or a 45-foot trailer, you can legally, in California, drive it like that. Where here in the UK or Europe, you'd have bars. Yeah, they have that bar at the back, the Madison bar, which everyone has that. I mean, sure, they have the requirement to do that. You know, to move their axles about to vary either the front or the back or one of the myriad places in between. And that's clever. Because that's all to do with weight balancing. Ali Knight did a video on it, and I think Elio Dare's done it as well. In fact, a couple of American truck drivers have done it. Where what you do, you go to scale. You can only be, you've got to be a maximum of 80,000 pounds for the national network. I mean, certain states you can run higher than 80,000 pounds, but you can't take them on the interstates. You can take them on the state roads, but not the interstates, because the interstates, like what I'm on now, are a federal motor or a federal road. They don't come under state jurisdiction, apart from for the DOT. But these have got an 80,000 pound weight limit on. The back roads you can have slightly higher if it's a local, if your state permits this. But within that 80,000 pounds, you've got axle limits. So if you've got weight that is too much towards the back of the trailer, you can move your trailer axles around to transfer some of that weight onto the truck to balance it out. Or if you're too heavy on your tractor unit, what a coincidence. If you're too heavy on your tractor unit, you can unlock your bogie, reverse your truck, which moves your trailer axles forwards. So your trailer axles will take more of the load, reducing the weight being put down on your truck. Very clever in some ways, but such a faff. And every hole is so many thousand, so many £100. Like if I hear truck like I'm about to put me tandems in the 14th hole. Well, let's see what we actually weigh. Now bear in mind I've got, let's see, 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Right. I'm actually technically here overweight. I'd have a fine for that. I'm half a ton overweight. I don't know. £2,000. No, I'm a ton overweight. So I'd have to watch me fuel burn. Once I get down to below half a tank, I won't be able to fill this up more than half a tank. Well, the game doesn't actually take that into account. It should do. Well, it doesn't. But with this being a 40 foot as well, its axles are... You can't bring the axles any further forwards. So by the time I get down to probably the next weigh station, I'll probably be down to about £80,000. If I've also got an APU on there as well, you're allowed to have that extra weight. Except in California, I think. Yeah. And this is vanilla graphics as well. Fine, wait a second. Let's get a picture, let's get a... Yeah, let's see. A star 5. That's nice. That's nice. Oh, I like that one. Well, you can... Well, just spin round. It's about there as well. It's one of the things that America needs to address, but the reason why they do that is for bridges. They like it to have your axles spread further apart, so you're not putting as much load down on bridges. Look up federal bridge formula. Complicated piece of bloody legislation. Interesting, 75 miles an hour legal permitted weight for a vehicle that weighs £80,000, which is like 36 tons. Ridiculous. It does not make sense to somebody in Europe. In a bit we will be stopping for a coffee break as well, probably at the next services. Well, I think we actually what time? 2:45 AM. Yeah. before 8 hours, I have to have a half-hour break under American rules of service. Pueblo. I think one thing probably what I'll try and do one day is actually do another run. Try and do it to hours of service regulations. I think that includes taking the right amount of rest. You know, the right amount of break. Obeying the speed limit. Yeah, right. Yeah, 4.5. It's 4. You're allowed to do 4.5 hours, then you have to take a 45-minute break. In America, you can do 8 hours, and you have to take half an hour. But you can only do a 14-hour duty day. We can do 15, and then you must have 10 hours away from work. I mean, Canada's regulations are different again. We have got a Kenworth dealership. There we go. 55-mile-an-hour limit down here. You know what? See if I can get onto Taco Bell. Or Planet Donut. Yeah, we've got a yellow exit there, so we can't actually get on there. That's if we could. What's there? Over there, a dummy petrol station and Taco Bell type place as a donut shop. This particular map as well, you can't. There are a lot of places where you look great, but you can't pull onto them because there's a bloody collision wall there. Bloody annoying. Ambulances coming by. I mean, the American ambulance as well. I mean, they are. What's Canada's rules of travel? I'm not entirely sure. I know Trucker Josh did cover it on his channel. Well, Americans are, I think, they're only allowed to drive for 10 hours. I think Canadians can drive up to 13. That's all I know. I'd like to find out, actually. But after all, I have got Bromos Canada on board. So we come down into this place, over the Arkansas River. That's nice. And we've got 16, just over 1,600 kilometers, 1,000 miles to go. So, if you go to Trucker Josh's channel and just search up hours of service, I think he's done a video on it somewhere. Or he might have just simply covered it in one of his vlogs. But it's when he was working, I think he had his Freightliner Sentry at the time. It might have had the Western Star. For Keystone. He's got a Kenworth W900 at the moment. Now, 55 mile an hour for a road like this, that is a sensible speed limit. You know, the road's quite windy, quite twisty. You know, so I mean, it's no different than a 60 mile an hour road for what we have on a road like this. Yeah, so that's actually a sensible speed limit. Okay. Train horn, that's the air horns. Let's go outside. That's what you get. Standard horn. I don't know if you can hear it. It's just rest area. Here we are. Not that great, is it? I suppose it probably is a car horn. Hang on. Back him in. I have a phone call. Oh, that was somebody returning a phone call. Yeah, some do, some don't. I mean, the Volvo that I used to have had two air horns. Sorry, two horns. One was an air horn and one was a little local horn. And the local horn was like, excuse me, can I come through? And the air horn was like, get the beep out of my beeping way. I appear to have got my cables tied. Okay, I don't know what the sound is like now. Is it still working properly or not? Well, I've just had to quickly, temporarily unplug it from my headphones. Yeah. Right. I mean, Daft's air horns are really loud as well. I mean, the Ivecos that we got at work, I mean, they have one standard horn. Meep, meep. Meep, meep. Yeah, this Freightliner has got a better horn. Let's just crack on for a bit. Now we got a nice summer's day. 18 hours through this trip, so we've got 57 hours remaining. Yeah, so I had to temporarily unplug it. Right, as I was saying, you know, all the things that Americans don't have, although they're bringing them in, they still had until very, very recently paper logbooks. We physically had to draw a line to say what you're on. Yeah. That's all, it should be like that. You know, what's the point of having a horn on the vehicle if you can't fucking hear it? I mean, I don't know what the horns are like in the Western Stars, because I think I've only ever driven them once. Same with the W900. I don't tend not to drive them. How much money have I got? I've got £350,000. I can't actually afford a second truck right now. I think one of the worst horns I've ever had to experience was in a MAN TGL. Beep beep. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hello. Hello. Yeah, the Artigas were much better. I know Progress Kenworths have air horns. That makes a big difference. I mean, SCSE's representation of the horn isn't perfect anyway. You know, it's just a generic tone, as opposed to an actual recording of the horns. You know, you wanted something that just sounds like a motor. So what, whilst I'm here, I'm going to get myself a cup of coffee. I mean, they cheapskate on a lot of things, so they probably cheapskate on the horns as well. Now, you pass it updated. Right. It goes down here somewhere. There's a passage on there. It's that road. That road there. Right. Grab yourself a cup of coffee. I will be back in about 5 minutes because I need a cup of coffee myself. So I'll be back in a moment. Just enjoy the lovely scenery. Let's walk down here and see what comes up the road. Yeah. Back in a minute, guys. Alright, I'm now back. Right. So. Let's head down this road. I might come back to do this dirt track. Actually, bollocks, let's fucking take it. That's exactly where we're going. I have no idea where it leads. Okay. Now, a friend of mine is supposed to be in Edinburgh from Germany. Hopefully he's posted that bloody parcel that I've been trying to get from Germany. So I might actually have some parts waiting for arriving this week. It's after about 2 months since trying to get them over here. The other ones I was trying to bring in from the EU and they kept getting sent back. Talk about frictionless trade with Europe. Ha ha ha! That's what I don't like taking. Cooper Angus. I'm trying to think where that is now, because I think I've been through it. Well, one of the nicest roads in Scotland I've ever driven on is the road that goes from Helmsdale. Has it got active suspension? It has got air suspension. But it's at the back only. The real thing has steel on the fronts. But I think it's got a slightly elongated collision box. But here we are. Ah, well, this is the bottom of the trail. The trailer definitely has. The trailer's got steel. So it shouldn't even have a lift axle. Now it's got drum brakes, steel suspension. How basic can you get? Between Burton and Balgowrie. Let's have a look. Google Maps. Oh yes, yeah. I know it is. Actually, I've not been through it, but I have actually been past the cycles. I've been when I went to Aberdeen. I went up this road. Up here. Because there's Dundee. There. There's Kirkcaldy. There. I was there the other week. But one of the nicest roads I've actually driven off, you come up here. And you go up, so you come up the A9. You come here. And then you go up here. Yeah, I've lost it now. Yes, Cooperangers, it's there. And this road here, it's a lovely road. It's an A road as well. Beautiful up here. And that lake there, that lock, probably so clean you can walk up to it, put a cup in, a glass or whatever, yeah, scoop it out, and drink water straight out of that lake. But if you follow it all the way, let's go to there. If you follow it all the way, brings up to here. £16 away from Thurso. If you go all the way down here, what's that sign? Oh, West Highland route. Let's see. It's North Coast 500. You keep following this road all the way up, brings you to Sandside. Now North Coast 500. It is a lovely road. I've driven it. Driven it twice. If you follow it, if you keep on going. You keep on going all the way down here. follow it round, you come to this place, Sandside Beach. And this is the toilet block. And a little sign on the toilet block caught my eye. It's this here. And basically, it warns you of radioactive contamination on the beach. Now, ProMods might put it in at some stage when they update the, if they ever update it, they might put it in. We just don't know. But this is Dounreay. And basically, this beach, because of an outflow pipe from there, has got very, very small amounts of contamination on it. It's a lovely beach. Maybe go to here. You've got the Vulcan site. I'm actually surprised the Google car was allowed to get here actually because of what it actually is. You got that there. That is the reactor ball for Dounreay. How about you got a sign on that thing? Let's just nip into DeviantArt a second. Right, go to here, go to my DeviantArt gallery. Search Sandside. Okay. Beach. Ah, yeah, that's that sign. It's not a power station. It was there to build plutonium for our nuclear warheads. Yeah, that's a sign. I do at some point plan on putting something similar to that. Yeah, you are going to stay there, you Mustang. No, it's in first stages of decommission. They pulled all the nuclear fuel out of the reactor and they pulled all the sodium out of it as well. If you go to Dounreay TV, yeah, they've got their own YouTube channel. There's quite some information about the place. Bloody impressive site. Yes, in the care of the the NDA, Nuclear Decommissioning Authority. They're also the people who actually the parent company of Magnox UK, who are in the job of decommissioning all of our Magnox reactors. I actually wanted at one point to. Yeah, it would have. It might actually still be there as well. It's a massive site. But the idea of that ball as well, it's at a pressure which is actually below one atmosphere at ground level. It's pressurized to about 15,000 feet equivalent pressure, which means the air pressure outside is higher slightly than the air pressure inside, which means if ever there was a leak inside the ball, the chamber can't pressurize to outside atmospheric pressure because the air pressure is pushing down into it. It's done like that as part of its safety systems. But if you get in touch with EDF, last time I was aware, you can actually get a tour around the AGR power stations. I've been around Heysham. It's at Heysham where got the nuclear flask from Operation Smash Hit. And that to me just helped reinforce my opinion on the nuclear industry. And it's a positive opinion as well. You know, whereas the Russians with Chernobyl cut corners, we didn't. You wanted to see how, if the flasks that we had at the time, and still use them now actually, were strong enough to take an impact from a train that had derailed. You wanted to find out. So how do you find out if your nuclear flask can withstand being hit by a train? Well, you hit it with a train. Yeah, you have to book in advance. You have to go through various security protocols. It was quite an interesting tour. I went on booked a Saturday tour, and there was literally, I rolled up at the visitor centre like Truckfest weekend. It was like, I'm in for the tour around the power station. Okay. I'm like, where's everybody else? It was me and two tour guides. So I got able to interact with them a bit more. And they take you up to a viewing gallery to look down onto the reactor at Heysham. Or the charge phase of the reactor. And talk about clean. Clean as my fucking bedroom. The actual floor where the charging machinery is and the actual equipment, spotless. Yeah, there was dust at the on top of the crane tracks where it was like high up and then you couldn't access it. But on the actual workspace of the reactor, meticulously clean. And there's a reason for that. Because obviously it's graphite moderated gas cooled with the ability for on-load refueling. Yeah, please got this dealer. They've got the machine that comes along and the gas pressure is, the gas inside it is under so much pressure it behaves like water. It's literally, you know, I think it's about 400 atmospheres pressure, something ridiculous like that. And it circulates bloody quick because there's huge fuck off fans circulating this gas. It's carbon dioxide, by the way. And you got, because it's under so much pressure, it's abrasive. It's almost like water. And every now and again, it's got the potential to pick up a piece of graphite. You know, that comes loose. I mean, the graphite has only got a service life anyway. And obviously, you're refueling this reactor on load, so your pumps are going. So your circulators circulate everything. You know, there's the potential of some of the moderating agents to get up through the refueling pipe, because obviously you've lifted the cap off, and you got all this pressure underneath trying to get out. It's the only place it can get out is through the refueling pipes, which is why the refueling machine is so fucking heavy, to keep basically to literally keep a lid on top of the reactor to make sure it stays sealed. Because the last thing you want is highly radioactive contamination getting out. And that's also why it's so clean, because the graphite is black, the floor is white. So any piece of radioactive graphite that has been inadvertently blown out can be found very, very quickly and dealt with. And there are radiation sensor alarms all around the place. And fuck, they're sensitive. They really are sensitive. But get this. Have you ever been... No. Because it was already running. However, there is a video on YouTube of a reactor startup. It's a test reactor in some laboratory somewhere. That's quite impressive. Looking for nuclear reactor startup on YouTube, you'll find it. And this particular reactor design that we have, we don't make them anymore. They're all coming to the end of the service life. I think about 10 years time they'll be all shut down. And they run enriched uranium. Magnos reactors run natural uranium. It's not enriched. But AGRs, they run enriched uranium inside stainless steel. And a few things actually surprised me that day on that tour. Because when it comes in from where they manufacture the fuel to the power station, they have to inspect the fuel for damage. And how do they inspect the nuclear fuel? This surprised me. they are wearing lab coats and white gloves. And they inspect it by hand. And the reason why they wear white gloves is not to protect your skin from the nuclear fuel. Because at this point, believe it or not, it's not radioactive. It's only radioactive once it's been in a reactor for a couple of hours. It's there to protect the nuclear fuel from your skin, the oils in your skin. You can actually handle the uranium. You have to wash your hands afterwards, like, well, you actually physically handle it. Which is amazing. Another thing as well, you know the turbines in a nuclear power station? Or even a conventional power station for that matter? They're spinning round at 3,000 RPM. Which works out at 50 times a second. Hence your 50 Hertz. They need to be kept cold. You know, the actual commutators on the reactor, on the actual generators, they need to be kept cool. What do they use to cool the alternators? Hydrogen. I'm like, what? Hydrogen. It's a flammable gas. You're using it to cool it. But thing is though, it's pure hydrogen and nothing else. You can go to Jupiter, which is a big planet full of methane, and try to light a match, and it will not light because there's no oxygen there. And the same applies with the turbines. Because there's no oxygen there, it's under pressure. You can have all the sparking you like inside that alternator, but because there's no oxygen, and it's kept cold because of the hydrogen fuel. Your fire triangle. Source of heat. Nope. Source of ignition. Nope. But you have got fuel. So you've only got one of the three. You cannot have combustion. Even if you then get the hydrogen warms up, because you've got no source of ignition there, or no there's no oxygen there, so to speak. You have a spark there, but there's no oxygen there because it's pure hydrogen. You can't, it still won't burn. Fucking great. I mean, when Chernobyl blew up, they had to vent the hydrogen. And the cooling of these reactors, it's a three-stage cooling system. You have your carbon dioxide, which circulates. That's a closed loop. It runs through a heat exchanger, which transfers heat from the carbon dioxide to demineralized water. It's got no minerals in whatsoever, it's just pure H2O, there's nothing in it. If you drink it, it'll try literally to pull the enamel off your teeth because it's trying to get minerals. You can't really drink it. It's not poisonous, it won't harm you, because it's H2O. Just that it will try to take minerals out of you, because it needs minerals. But you can, in theory, you can drink it. It's H2O, it's just pure water. With nothing else in it, no additives, no, it's just literally H2O. What you come out of your tap is H2O, a bit of lime, bit of this, bit of that, bit of fluoride. which is why in certain areas your water tastes different. If you open up my kettle, there's a lot of limescale there. If you go to North Wales, you open up the kettle, there's nothing in there because there's no lime in the water. So you've got that circuit, which then takes heat from the carbon dioxide. Yeah, got the bypass. Which then flashes it to steam. As you know, yeah, it does actually flash it to steam because obviously it needs to be to allow the steam turbines to spin. Goes through the steam turbines and goes into a condenser. Back to water, back to the CO2 heat exchanger. To cool down the steam circuit, you have an open-ended circuit. And that's cooled by seawater. It takes something like a swimming pool's volume of water a minute. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know, the amount of water it's circulating. The numbers are absolutely mind-boggling. And I mean, as I'm walking around this nuclear power station as well, I mean, I'm looking down on the reactor as well while I was on the tour. I was about 60 feet away from the charge face, which meant I was probably about 80 feet, maybe 90 feet away from the top of the core. Oh, nice. That is I bet that'd be quite interesting. I've been to Norwich. That's a hydroelectric power station inside a mountain. They literally hollowed out a mountain to put a power station there. It's brilliant. But yeah, and this tour lasted 2 hours. Now, in 2004, I flew to Holland to see a concert with Anita at 2 Unlimited. I had a bigger dose of radiation on that 90-minute flight from Manchester to Schiphol than I did having a 2-hour tour of a nuclear power station. Okay, well, it might have been a dam. The nuclear industry in the UK is one of the safest in the world. And we need more nuclear power stations. If you want to move away from oil. Well, the thing is, though, oil is not just used for fuel. Yeah. You know those. You've been to the doctors, haven't you, at some point? And the nurse comes along and is like, okay, we are going to give you a injection for whatever. They put, or you've been to the dentist and you carry out a procedure. They put on blue gloves. Well, those gloves are now natural, but they used to be latex. Those gloves, latex gloves, they're oil-based. Your keyboard is plastic. Well, that's oil-based. Your kettle is plastic. Your front of your computer, plastic. Your TV, plastic. Your carrier bags, even your bags for life, plastic. Yeah. Your sofa. Well, it might be a vinyl sofa. Well, that's plastic. Your CDs. Plastic. Yeah. Your CD cases. Plastic. Your mother's PVC rain jacket. Plastic. Yeah, I can imagine it was. I mean, is he? I got to stand in the above the turbine hall, looking down to the turbine hall. Yeah, they are bloody loud. I mean, not is it loud, you actually feel it as well. Also as well, I've had a tour around Drax, which is a biomass fuel power station. Pretty much basically, it's a conventional power station. So I've been around the nuclear one, I've been around the hydro one, and I've been around a conventional one. I've actually been around two conventional ones. I've also had a tour around Rugeley when it was generating as a kid. It was burning coal. They are really, power stations are really impressive. I would also like to, at some point, if I ever went to Iceland, the country, not the shop, I would love to go to a geothermal station. That's actually those are quite impressive feats of engineering. You send down 2 boreholes, send water down one, steam up the other, and comes up the other. Oh, we've got to go this one. Still got 7 miles to go. And all these bloody people who don't want wind turbines on the landscape. No, we're not in Texas. We left Texas behind a while back. I think we are... I think we're in Utah. Price. Yeah, we're in Utah. Texas, we was there. We've done New Mexico. We've done Colorado. So we've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. We'll be crossing 5, 6 states. You know, all these people who want to move away from oil, yet they don't want to have the alternative. I mean, these just stop oil idiots who sit there, walk slowly down the road, behaving like idiots. They're actually causing more oil to be burned, because, especially in the commercial industry, because the truck that's going down the road gets held up, late for its delivery slot, is turned away, so it has to go back to the distribution centre, and then it has to be rescheduled for yet another delivery. So instead of burning 16 litres of diesel, you're now burning 32 litres of diesel, Because you're having to make the delivery run twice. And because obviously vehicles are moving slowly, they can't shut the engines down. Which means they're belching out fumes and the likes. In a confined area. So they're making the problem worse for themselves. They're being very counterproductive. Okay. I think I've seen adverts for that on the side of coaches and buses and stuff. We got a nice run through the night now. As we make our way to Lakeview. Yeah, and they don't want these things either because they're ugly. I think last, I can't remember the last film I was watching at the cinema. I think it was Pearl Harbor. That should be age. Yeah, HS2. Do you moan about HS2? Alright, okay. Yeah, one of the TMP moderators, Speedy, who's no longer with us now. He used to be he was from Dundee. Yeah, the HS2 guys, I mean, HS2 has been scrapped. Yeah, we need more, if we want to have a lower carbon footprint in this country, we need to get freight off the road and onto the rails. The only thing is, we've not got space to put all this stuff. So we need to move all of the high-speed stuff, which allows us to have more commuter trains, and it won't interfere then with high-speed stuff. Put in two separate areas, because your Pendolinos, they can't go flat out 150 miles. If you're having to keep stopping for commuter trains, which have to keep stopping because you're getting up behind freight trains. So you need to put freight trains or high speed, long distance stuff on their own network. It worked in France. In Japan, they built a completely new railway system, you know, on standard gauge as opposed to 3'6" Cape gauge. You know, the Shinkansen system. And it was revolutionary, and the Japanese accepted it. Okay. I have no idea what that is. And the thing is with the West Coast Main Line, it's twisty, it's winding, which doesn't really conduce to quick running. Unlike the East Coast Main Line, which is pretty much a straight line straight up the country. You know, the West Coast just weaves a bit, winds a bit. And because of that, it's been confined by geology, so we can't run very fast. And we can't really have long trains on there either, because there's no space for them. So we need to free up capacity, so we need a completely new railway line up the West Coast. But people are, no, we don't want that. Save the trees. It must be bloody difficult operating someone on a human that is 3 days old, because at 3 days old, I mean, you'd be tiny. Looks like I can't go that way. Scheiße. Oh right, okay, well, that sounds nasty. Okay, looks like I can't go that way. Let's see, yes. So it looks like that road's all blocked off. So I will be going that way. We're going to go north. And those as well. Okay. I've never had that problem. I don't want it by the sounds of it. Oh, right, okay. I need some dino juice. It's been nudging onto you. I've not been keeping an eye on my fuel level. I now need fuel. Right, okay. Easy needs fuel. To me. There. There we are. Okay. And the joys of the NHS is that nobody had to pay for that. You know, if that was in America, that would cost your mother an absolute fucking fortune. Canada as well, the medical service is free at point of use. Oh God. You're lucky to be here then. I think I was a little bit early. The other thing is I can't ask my mother now because she's no longer with us. What? I've got virtually no fuel, I'm still overweight. Sepsis takes no prisoners. Doesn't take any prisoners whatsoever. Septicemia, it's nasty. That's good. The fact that she's still here. Right, come on, lights change. I think we'll have a quick break here as well. yeah, I'm coming in the wrong way, I don't care. Yeah, biology and diseases and stuff like that's a very, very weird thing. You know, you think what you think might be, you know, somebody is gonna make it, doesn't, and vice versa. Life's weird like that. Right. Oh, you twat. This trailer does need reversing lights. Yes, he did. Right, I'll be back in a moment. How far have we got to go on this trip? We've got reset navigation. Yeah, it's still trying to take me down there. And we're going to there, so basically we've got a bit of a detour to take. We're going to be going that way. So we've got 11 hours remaining on the trip. Well, 12 hours remaining on the trip, effectively. We're going up here along through Twin Falls, Nampa, Burns, Lakeview. Yep. Right, I will be back in a moment. I need to get up, I need to stretch my legs, hips hurting a bit. Alright, Super Drum, see you hopefully, well, next week. Have a great week. For those of you who are still watching, I'll be back in a few minutes. I mean, once I've stretched my legs out. So a few months ago, I fell off the back of my truck and did my hip in, and it can be, and right now it is quite painful. I think at that, I can call it a night. End stream here because it's 10 o'clock. Nobody will really be coming off after this, so we'll pick this up or something else, something very similar later on. So for now, take care and have a great week. Bye bye.